Alright people, I've made a very big mistake in my fish tank. Actually, I've made two very big mistakes and today we're gonna fix that. So the first very big mistake that I made, it's a very unique mistake. You see these holes right here in my fish tank? They're supposed to be on the back and yeah, you see the day when I set up this fish tank, I was really tired and in my head, I thought these holes were there so you can lift up the lid, which is obviously not the case. They were actually there for the wires, but I didn't really realize until I fully aquascaped the tank. And truth be told, I was just a bit too lazy to take everything out again, all the water, and then switch it around, which was a very big mistake. Now, like I said, people, it's a very unique mistake, but if you do the same mistake, people, change it ASAP. You see, the longer you wait, the more the roots are gonna grow, and it's just gonna be a bigger mess when you're trying to change that. But yeah, the thing is, people, it does need to be done eventually, and originally I had planned that if we do ever move, I was just gonna, you know, turn it around then. But I kind of realized that it brings me more problems than it's worth. I mean, for one, it looks annoying, but also there's the fact of the wires and all of that. I mean, I've already had to cut a hole in my fish tank lids just to have space for the external filter and that. So yeah, like I said, I'm gonna change that today. Now, before I get started, let me actually talk on the second very big mistake I made, which could definitely happen to you, which is my gravel situation. So when I initially set up this tank, I used this beautiful black sand, which you can still see here. I'll take some B-roll footage as well, of course. But you see, the thing is, the filter that the fish tank came with, which was the Fluval U4, it just wasn't strong enough, and what ended up happening is I got a lot of dirt on the floor, and it just didn't really look nice, especially because the sand was black. You could really see it. So me being a genius, instead of buying a better filter, I decided to add some gravel on top, and I didn't even use black gravel. I used the normal natural colored ones. But yeah, first we're gonna take out the fish, take out all the pieces of wood and that, then, you know, we're gonna sieve through all the gravel. I've got this sieve here, I think they're called the sieve, right? But you know, I'm just gonna put the gravel on here, and the black sand should just fall through and it will catch all the rocks, well, gravel. And then yeah, once I've done that, I'm probably gonna have to take out all the plants as well, because of course I'm gonna have to move them to the other side, seeing I'm gonna be turning around the fish tank. But yeah, let me stop talking about it and actually start. This is gonna take so long. These are just the surface plants, you know? Wow. I gotta catch the fish now. Luckily, I do have this very big bag, so I should be able to put a lot of water in here. And most of the fish should be fine in here. Okay, alright, so that was all the bigger community fish. They should be all okay in here. I've still got my two angels in there because, wait, let me... Alright, yeah, so I've got most of the community fish that are peaceful. I've got them all in one bag now. I've still got my angel fish in there, and of course all my moray eel and rope fish and all of that. They're all gonna go into separate bags because self-explanatory, really. Now, I do have to say, I was quite lucky that I took out all of the fish, because at this point, that's when all the dirt came out and the water was really, really cloudy. But the thing is that leftover water, I had to keep it in there. You see, you never really want to take out all of the water in your fish tank because it has a lot of the good bacteria in it. After I turned the tank around, I was looking at my fish tank completely empty with just a bit of water in it, and it gave me the perfect opportunity to rescape the tank. But also at this point, the fish were out for about 2 hours, so I knew I had to get the water back in first, and then I can think about rescaping everything. So I added all the water back in from the buckets, and I added the fish back in, and I had to add in about 50% of tap water as well, which of course I conditioned with the tap safe and all of that, and luckily the fish seemed okay. Now, I did realize that it was quite a stressful day for the fish, so I literally just put the things back in random positions at first, and I let the fish rest for the night. But because I could see what I was working with, I just kind of planned it out in my head beforehand, so I knew what I was going to do the next day. on the left side, I took all the caves that I had and I made a little city. Like, I named it Cave City at first, but then I changed the name. It's kind of embarrassing, so I'll tell you at the end of the video. But yeah, I've added the caves together in a way so it creates even more caves, and all of my nocturnal fish currently are inside of there. So I've got my ghost knife, I've got my tiger moray, I've got the rope fish, I've got the Synodontus petricola, and yeah, they all swim in and out of all the different caves and little cracks that I made, and sometimes they even share the same cave. Like, they're honestly all humble with each other, so it's all good. Now in the middle, I have a smaller cave, and I've got the Anubis plant in the back, and then further to the right, of course, I've got the driftwood and the spiderwood. The one on the left is finally waterlogged, so I was able to take all the rocks off it, but the one on the right still floats when I take the rocks off, so I still gotta keep that on there for a few months. I also added some extra black gravel sand, black sand, gravel, I don't know, the thing that's on the floor right now, innit? And yeah, I kind of made a little level on the right side, and it kind of goes down on a little hill as you get to the left, which, you know, it just makes the tank look a bit nicer. Now all the fish do seem to have settled down, and yeah, this fresh look looks nice, man. Now unfortunately 2 fish did end up dying. I kind of had a feeling that I might get a few losses, but so far, luckily, it's only been 2. One of them were my male Congo tetra, which is kind of sad. And the other one was one of my female rainbow fish that I bought from eBay. Rest in peace to my little buddies, man. By the way, if you want to see the day I actually went to get my rainbow fish that I bought off eBay, why don't you check out this video next?